there you have PACT, Parents Against Crime Together. And that PACT flyer, which we're distributing, says a lot about the organization. I'm sure you've read this. But if you haven't, please take the time to read the back of this, your folder. And it says a lot about what we're trying to achieve. Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. So when we talk about reforming, we have to reform ourselves first. We have to understand the product that we're trying to sell to the Nigerian public. We have to embody the product ourselves so that when we speak about the product, people will say, yes, we understand what we're talking about. So we, as the coordinators, will pass through our own orientation. We will all be required to memorize our responsibilities as parents, and the children will also be required to memorize their responsibilities as children. At the end of the day, for someone to qualify to be a full-fledged coordinator, they have to know the 10 responsibilities of the parents and also know the 10 responsibilities of the children. Not only do you have to know your own responsibilities as parents, you also have to know the responsibilities as of your children. And it's very important because this organization is not about me. It's not about those that are up here. It's about all of us. When you say Parents Against Crime Together, that means we all know. So when you go into the field and you're talking and you speak to the media and you speak to schools, the communities, the political parties, the whomever, whatever social group that you speak to, you can sit there and rail out all the points that we're campaigning on. All the responsibilities of the parents, all the responsibilities of the children. You can sit there and anybody that you talk to would know that, yes. And from speaking the word, we begin to practice it. From speaking the word, by learning these things, we begin to practice it. Believe you me that it's unfortunate that some parents don't know what their responsibilities are as parents. We know we have children, you discipline them. Some don't even know that they discipline their children. Some don't know that what you teach the kid in the house is what he or she will turn out to be. Children don't know their responsibilities. Children don't know what they are required to do. Some children don't know that if you take somebody's pencil at school without asking, that is stealing. Some don't. Or not some, most don't. And they grow up with that mindset. They don't realize that if you take something from someone's or that belongs to somebody else, that it's stealing. Some don't know that if you lie, that it is wrong, that it's unethical. So we grew up in a society where you have this disconnect. You have expectation, and then you have a population that's not being raised based on those expectations. And then you have a disconnect. And we wonder why we have dishonest leaders in office. It's because we are not taught right from wrong. From beginning. We are not. So by the time this organization takes footing, you would realize that the impact you would make would be the impact of a kingmaker, not that of a politician. You grow above the politicians because you'll be a moral leader within the society. And there the politicians will come to you to seek advice and seek guidance. That is leadership. That's what we're trying to achieve. And I'm trying to bear my mind because many of you might have had other things in mind when you come here. And by the time we talk, we hope to win you over. You become an apostle of this movement. This movement that not only Nigeria will look for you, but those around the world will look for you. Because we're talking about opening offices overseas, for example, in the US. to talk to our Nigerian community and also international community, because this will be a Nigerian product being sold to the international community. We plan on opening office in Serbia, in Britain, so on and so forth. So you see that the structure that we're building will transcend any political structure that anybody is building now based on any specific name. But we'll still reserve the right to support any leader that we choose as a group to support, to help us propagate our